This week we're going to highlight the latest crop condition ratings for beans as well as the short-term weather trends. Then we're going to turn our attention to the export market where unshipped sales of old and new crop combined continue to be very weak historically. We're going to wrap things up with a long-term review of November soybean futures. Hi, this is Brian Basting with Advanced Trading. Let's talk about the soybean market. We moved into the last few days of August here, and we're approaching soybean harvest. Let's take a look at the latest crop condition ratings from the USDA. The USDA came out this week and pegged nationwide good to excellent ratings at 69%. That's up a point from last week and 2 points above last year. We did see some improvement up in North Dakota as well as some of the states in the south. We did see some deterioration across Iowa and Illinois. Let's take a look at the aggregate crop condition index here. Notice it's now at the highest level for late August over the last 8 years. So really looking at one of the strongest finishes, at least crop condition wise, to the 2025 growing season. Let's take a look at crop progress. Now we're looking at soybeans dropping leaves. On average, U.S. soybeans dropping leaves increase approximately 18% between August 24th and September 7th. So by that first weekend after Labor Day, we're looking at maybe around 25% of the beans will be dropping leaves. Of course, the weather still can have an influence on bean yields. Let's take a look at the short-term trends. Our slides this week, as usual, are courtesy of T-storm weather. We're starting out here looking at a very cool pattern here across the Midwest. All across that light blue area, temperature 6 to 14 degrees below normal, highs in the 60s and 70s, lows in the 40s and 50s. Now in association with that, as we move on to rainfall, a very dry, fairly dry pattern all across that brown area, tan area, if you will, through Friday of this week. Now there's an exception as we move forward into Thursday, Friday, all across that light green area, dark green area, 1 to 2 inches of rain. So there is some moisture down in that area, but that's primarily going to recharge soils in that area for winter wheat planting this fall. Let's take a look at total precipits now over the next 2 weeks. Now total precip over the next 2 weeks here looks to be quite dry across the heart of the Corn Belt. Very dry, in fact, across parts of Missouri. As you move further west and south, though, as we mentioned a moment ago, there is some rainfall out west. Let's shift gears now and focus on export trends here in the U.S. What we did with this slide was look at unshipped sales of old crop in the blue bar, unshipped sales on the books for new crop in that red bar, and our forecast for September, October, November Q1 exports in the yellow box. So new crop bean sales of only 215 million bushels are 62 below last year. The absence of China is notable as we have 0 sales on the books for this year compared to about 75 million bushels a year ago. Our current bias is the USDA annual forecast of 1.705 billion bushels is about 125 million bushels too high. Let's wrap things up this week looking at trends in November bean futures. Now, November beans, as we tape here on Tuesday, are trading near $10.45 a bushel. Notice between now and harvest there in October, we're still looking at the potential for quite a bit of price volatility, both to the upside and to the downside. That's why we continue to encourage you to work closely with your trusted risk management advisor to manage price movement and avoid price prediction. Now, if you'd like more information, please feel free to contact us at 800-664-2321. We'll put you in contact with one of our risk management consultants who'll be happy to visit with you at your convenience. And remember, we upload every Wednesday. Make sure to subscribe to our channel to never miss an update. Thanks a lot. Have a good week.